Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Morning yoga flow. Start slow, building to a gentle flow, creating heat in the body. Start your day by engaging all the muscles, giving your mind and body just what it needs to wake you up and give you that energy boost for the day. I'm dedicating this yoga class to all those new yoga instructors just starting out, along with a special shout out to my friend Miguel, a new local instructor who's a natural at teaching yoga. So grab your mat and 2 yoga blocks if you need, and let's get started. We're going to begin in an easy seat, Sukhasana. You can have either foot crossed in front. You're welcome to sit on a block or a blanket. Just get nice and comfy. Let's align the spine by drawing the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over hips, chin parallel with the earth. And then we're going to just bring our palms up on our thigh, first finger and thumb together. If you're comfortable, we're going to close our eyes and just tune in to our breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just let the body relax. Continue that pattern in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting go of any tension in the body, any to-do lists. Just preparing your body for your practice today. One more breath like that. And now just let your breath come in and out through the nose gently, long, deep breaths. And then tune in to a new Ujjayi breath. You're breathing in through the nose, contracting the throat as you exhale through the nose. Sounds like an ocean wave in your throat. Feel your belly pulling in and up as you exhale. Pushing the diaphragm up, exhaling all the air. Let's continue to lengthen through the spine now with each inhale, reaching the crown of the head to the sky. Staying tall on that exhale. Bring the palms together to heart space. Go ahead and let your eyes blink open. Spread open the fingers, pressing them together. Rotate the palms towards the fingertips towards the earth, palms together, and then fingers back up and down. A couple more times. Just notice if there's any stiffness in the wrists or the fingers. Then you're going to take your fingertips, you're going to pull them in gently, just squeeze the hands a little, and then open them up as you scoop upward, rotating the wrists. As you rotate the wrist around in a circle, extend the arms very slowly out to the side. And when your arms become lengthened all the way, reverse your circles of your wrists. Bring them in nice and slow, warming them up. And then when you come in, little squeeze of the wrist, the fingers, and then change direction, rotate like you're scooping up, leading with the pinky finger, and then extending those arms out. And then when you get out, change direction, leading with the thumb down, rotate them in. We have one more to go, little squeeze, and then lift and rotate up, and extend the arms as those wrists gently circle around. Till you get extended, you might get a little snap, crackle, pop. Loosening things up, releasing that synovial fluid in the wrists. When we come in, squeeze, and then you gently rotate again up, but extend forward and out in front, lengthening through the spine, and then change direction. Rotate the wrist as you pull the arms in towards the body, and then reverse, lifting and circling forward. And rotating the opposite way, pulling the hands in towards the body. And one more time out. And in. And this time we're going to do one last circle. Circle up and extend overhead. So not only are we getting into the wrist, getting into the shoulders, the upper back, and then slowly rotate down, getting that blood flowing, and then up again, rotating, and then down. Maybe getting a little warm in the wrist area, lifting up, circling, and down. Big circles. And then let those palms rest, palm side up on the thighs. Lengthen through the spine. Just notice what you feel. Then turn the palms down. Press your right palm into the floor on the right side. Left arm comes up. Lengthen through the left side of the body. And then bend your right elbow as you reach over to the right side, keeping the left hip and the knee, everything down. Find your breath. Slowly windmill the left hand to the floor next to the body. Right arm reaches to the sky, lengthening through the right side of the body. And then slightly bend that left elbow, reaching to the left. Reaching that right arm over the ear. Still breathing. Now we're going to go all the way back to the right. Reach the right arm out. Maybe a little further. Maybe you can get your elbow towards the floor and reach it over. Notice the difference. Never force it if you're having to lift that leg. You can keep that elbow up. And then slowly transitioning all the way to the left side. Elbow maybe goes to the floor, maybe not. Keeping those sits bones down on the floor. From here, you're going to come all the way up. Reach your right hand behind you a little further away. Left arm to the sky. Nice little twist and then bend slightly into that right elbow. And then slowly transitioning to the left. Reach the left arm up and behind you. Right arm to the sky. Slightly bend your left elbow. And then one more twist to the right. This time stay tall. Reach your left hand to your right thigh. Right hand behind you. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Draw the chin parallel with the earth. And then twist through the base of the spine towards the right. Find your breath. Look over your shoulder. On your next inhale, reach both arms all the way up as you twist to the left. Let the arms come down. Hold your right hand onto your left thigh, left arm behind you. Lengthen through that spine. Start to twist, using that right arm for support, bending the elbow. Look behind you over your left shoulder. Find your breath. Slowly releasing all the way back to center. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls here. And then we're going to transition to tabletop. So if you're sitting on a block or blanket, you'll remove it here. You can always use the blanket under your knees. So we're going to bring the knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, and spread out those fingers, index fingers to the front of the mat, thumbs facing each other. Spread out those fingers. And have the tops of your feet on the floor. And we're going to do cat-cow. Round through the back. Bring your chin to tuck under. Nice little exhale. And then you're going to inhale. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the head. Lift the tailbone. Breathing in. And then exhale. Round. And then inhale. Lift and open. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. And one more. Exhale, round. And inhale, last, open and lift. And then find your neutral spine. So your crown of your head is reaching to the front of your mat and the tailbone to the back, really lengthening. Find your neutral spine so you're not arching or over rounding. And then from here, you're going to take your right hand, and I want you to turn your palm, staying down, but turn it around so the bottom, your fingers are facing your leg, I can't talk today, and the bottom of your palm is on the floor. So your thumb is towards the outside of your mat. Good, and then from here, you're gonna do some more cat-cows. So you're gonna round through the back, nice little exhale, and then inhale, arch the back. And then exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. Nice little stretch through the wrist and the hand. Exhale, round. And inhale, open. And then find your neutral, nice, strong spine. Do a little flip of the hand so the palm is up, fingers face the leg. Do a little wiggle of those fingers, stretching the forearm, and then bring that wrist back to neutral, back onto the floor. Now you're going to do the left. So you're just going to turn it around towards the other side. Bring your palm to face on the floor, fingers towards your leg, and then round through the back. Thumb faces the outside of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, round. And finishing with an inhale, lift and open. And then find your neutral spine, lengthening, flipping the palm upside down so the palm is up. Wiggle those fingers, stretching the back of the hand, the forearm. Then you're going to bring the fingertips back to the floor. And you're going to tuck your toes under. Now, if you are on a blanket or pillow on your knees, you'll slide it out of your way, tuck your toes, slide your hips back, maybe lift those knees off the floor, using those core muscles to engage, and then gradually lift yourself up to a downward facing dog. And then gently pedal out your feet, walk your dog, move those hips, really roll all the way through the ball of that foot, from the big toe to the little toe, pushing the ankle towards the floor. You can even flip them upside down to the back of the toes. And then melt into your down dog, pressing your palms and your fingertips into the mat. Pull your shoulders away from the ears. Knees are soft. Protect that low back. Now you're going to take your right leg up to a three-legged dog. You're going to bend your knee and then just circle the knee 3 times one way and 3 times the other. And then when you're done, you're going to extend that leg up. Keep it bent. Keep your shoulders where they are, level, and then pull your right leg over towards the left, stacking the hips. Just feel that nice stretch. And then go ahead and bring that foot all the way back to the floor. And you're going to lift up your left leg, three-legged dog. We're going to bend the knee and circle 3 times. And then 3 times the other direction. Just notice what's going on in those hips. And then after the 3rd time, extend the leg up, keeping it bent. Slide it over to your right, but keep the shoulders level. Stacking those hips. Breathe, one more breath. And then bring that leg back to the floor. Find your down dog. Might be a little easier now. And now we're going to take your right leg up, three-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee, bring the knee to the nose, hovering. Good. Bring your foot towards the floor between your hands or behind your hands. Good. Bring your left foot forward to a forward fold. Hang on to the elbows if you'd like. You can do a little sway side to side. Good. And then release the hands, place them on the shins. Inhale, half lift. Extending the spine. Take another extra breath here. Shoulders pushed away from the ears. And then exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Step back with your right foot. Then your left. Full plank. Feel free to be on your knees if you need to. Shoulders away from the ears. Rock onto the toes. Chaturanga. Slowly lowering down. Let's get the belly to the floor. Untuck the toes. Gently press the upper body upward, pushing into the palms slightly, and then release the hands from the floor. Take another breath. Good. Palms on the floor. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Good. And then breathe. Nice deep breath here. Cleansing breath. Exhaling in. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take your left leg up, three-legged dog. And then you're going to bend your knee, left knee. Pull the knee towards your nose. Bring it to the floor. Use your other hand if you need it to pop it forward. Bring your right leg to join. Urdhva, half lift, lengthen and inhale. Another breath. Exhale, fold. Go ahead, bend the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Good, bend the knees, take your left foot back, and then your right. Adding on each time, rock onto the toes, chaturanga. Inhale this time, upward facing dog or cobra, it's up to you. And then downward facing dog. Continuing our flow, but let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Bend those knees, melt deeper into your posture. 1 more breath. And then the right leg comes up, 3-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee, pull the foot between your hands, lower your left knee to the floor, and gently rise up, reaching the arms to the sky, pushing those hips forward. And breathe. Take another breath. Option to bring your palms together. 1 more breath. And then exhale, fold down. Take your left knee off the floor. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Still getting warm. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath. And exhale. Press those fingertips into the floor. Lift that left leg off the floor, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee. Bring that left foot forward between the hands. Lower your right knee to the floor, finding your variation of crescent or low lunge. Pushing those hips gently forward. Option to bring the hands together. Find your breath. And then bring those hands all the way back down to the floor. Take your right knee off, step back to plank. Good. Rock forward on those toes. Let's find your chaturanga, lowering down, nice and strong. Inhale, up dog or cobra. It's up to you where you go. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Three breaths here. One more to go. Pressing into the palms, the fingertips, take the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend the right knee, pull that knee, that foot and knee over to the left. Good. Option to flip your dog to wild thing, extending up. You can have the leg straight or bent, reaching that right arm over your head. 1 more breath. And then we're going to flip our dog back, extend that right leg up. And then you're going to bring the foot to the floor. Lift your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee. Stack your hips. Pull that left foot to the right side of the body. And then if you want, you can stay here. Or you can do wild thing and you can flip all the way over, extending the arm overhead. And then you can flip it back. Extend that leg up. Good. And then both feet come back to the floor, downward facing dog. And then now you can bend the knees. You can step, hop, or walk both feet forward to the front of your mat to a forward fold. And here we just hold on to the elbows, a little sway side to side. Hopefully we're a little warmer now. Hands on the shins, Urdhva Uttasana, half lift. Lengthen and find your breath. And look down at your toes and make sure there's maybe a fist distance between or even less. Maybe draw them a little closer together if you want more of a challenge. For our next posture, Uttanasana, chair pose. You want them even closer for more challenge is fine. Maybe big toes together so you have options. Now I want you to drop your hips, lift your chest, reach your arms, chair pose. Find your balance. Good. Find your breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Good. Now, inhale, rise. All the way up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Feel your feet grounding into the earth. Feel all edges. Find your breath. Good. Tadasana, release your arms. Open up that chest for mountain. Shoulders relaxed. Take another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Continuing our movement, our flow. Take the right foot back, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Plant that foot and extend the arms. Relax those shoulders, slide those shoulder blades back and down. Option to bring the hands together. Bending into that front knee. And breathe. Now from here, we're going to rotate to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, opening it up a little wider. Option to bring the feet further apart if you want. Extend those arms front and back, bending into that front knee. And as you go forward, make sure your knee is over your ankle. You can see your big toe. Lengthening, lengthening. Finding your breath. Look over those left fingertips. Now you're going to inhale both arms up, legs straighten. Turn both your legs open to the right side of your mat. Find your star. And then exhale, both hands behind the back. Interlace those fingers. Press the palms together. Lengthening and opening, maybe lifting the arms away from the body. Had option for a forward fold here. Lifting the arms, leaning into it. And then slowly coming all the way back up. You're going to turn your right foot to the back of your mat. Bend, keep both legs straight, but extend the arms to the front and back of the mat. Now you're looking at the back of your mat, and your right hand is now to the back. Reach your right hand, thumb up, towards the back of your mat, sliding forward, finding your triangle. Trikonasana, reaching the inside, reaching inside the inner thigh or the bottom towards the calf. You're welcome to use a block here, pushing the back of your hand, or you can even hold on to your foot or your ankle. Left arm to the sky, finding your breath. Option to look up at your hand or to the wall. One more breath. And then you're going to bend your right knee slowly. Windmill the arms to the sky. Turn the feet forward. Find your star again. Good. And then bend the elbows, bend the knees. Find your goddess. Open things up. Don't let the knees drop in, but push to the outside edges of your feet. Another breath. And inhale, lift. And exhale, windmill all the way to the front of the mat, turning your left foot forward. Good, and then take your back foot forward, find your forward fold. And just hang out here, maybe bend the knees, let your belly rest on the thigh. Just hang out here. Notice how the body is feeling. You can have your arms on the floor or holding the elbows. And then check in with those toes, maybe walk them back forward in together. Good, prepping for Uttanasana or chair pose again. Inhaling, lifting the upper body, dropping the hips. Lift the head, Reach the arms, finding your breath, building heat and strength in those legs. Try to lift those toes, just the balls of the feet pressing into the floor, then relax the toes, straighten up the body, nice and tall, and then exhale, palms to heart space. And then open up to mountain. Find your breath. Notice how fast the heart is beating. Take another deep breath in, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart space. Good. Left foot back, warrior one. We're going on to the other side. So the other foot is back. Reach the arms all the way up. Finding your breath. Notice the difference on this side. Feel the outside edge of your left foot on the mat. Bending that front knee. Breathing. Option to bring the hands together. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Opening it up a little wider. Extend those arms front and back. So make sure shoulders over hips. You can see your big toe on that right foot. And look over those right fingertips. Finding your breath. Notice the hips, notice the opening. Find your strength, find your breath. Make sure your right toes can wiggle. The bottom of that ball of your foot on the floor. And now you're going to inhale, straighten the arms overhead, straighten the legs. Turn your right toe to the left side of the mat, both arms out. Find your star. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, both hands behind the back. Interlace those fingers, pressing them together. Shall we try our forward fold here? And then you can bring your nose down, top of the head towards the floor, arms to the sky. Chest expansion. Finding your breath. One more breath. Soften the knees, slowly coming up. Release the arms all the way up to star. And then extend the arms front and back of the mat. Turn your left foot towards the back of your mat. Left thumb up. Start to reach your left hand forward. Feel your hip reaching back. So you're doing a Trikonasana triangle towards the back of your mat. Back of the hand inside the thigh. And we're going to hold it here. And keep on breathing. And then slowly coming up, reaching those arms up. Turn the toes to open and bend the elbows. Bend the knees, find your goddess. Push into the outside edges of your feet. And then inhale, rise. And then turn your right foot to the front of the mat. Windmill it all the way to the front. And then step forward, find your forward fold. Realign the toes, again, nice and close. Just hang out here in your forward fold. Knees can be bent. Hands can be on the floor, block, or holding the elbows. And then we're going to inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit your hips back, arms up. From here, let's bring the palms to heart space. Good. And I want you to ground all your weight into the right foot. And you're going to slowly straighten the right leg as your left heel comes off the floor. Gently lift your left leg, extend it to the back wall. Extend the arms forward for warrior three. Leveling out those hips. Find your focal point, embrace the wobbliness. One more breath. Bringing the palms to heart space, bend that left knee, bring the foot back down, forward fold. And just hang out here again. Bend the knees, let your belly rest on your thighs. Hands on the shins. Let's do a half lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive all the way down. Bend the knees, inhale to Uttanasana, find your chair pose. Find your breath. Palms together, bring them to heart space. Shifting into your weight into your left foot, maybe lifting the right heel as you straighten out that left leg. And then slowly extend your right foot back, hinging at those hips, lengthening through that left hamstring. Reach the arms forward for warrior three, flexing your right foot. And find your breath. Find your focal point, your drishti, non-moving focal point on the floor. We're almost there. One more breath. And then bring the palms together at the heart space. Bring the foot back down. Forward fold. Solid ground. And then inhale, half lift, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise. All the way up. Exhale, palms to heart space. And then find your mountain, grounding into the earth. Opening up that chest, that heart. Now we're going to heel toe our feet as wide as the mat. Toes open, heels in. We're going to work our way to our yogi squat. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms. Press the palms together. Exhale, palms to heart space. Start to hinge lower down. Dropping your hips. Lifting your upper body. Good. I'm going to turn so you can see. All right, so then one option, I'll give you some variations here. Maybe you tuck your right tricep into the shin, extend the right arm forward, and maybe add a little twist, reaching that left arm up. And breathe. And then bring the palms back. Reestablish your yogi squat. Tuck your left elbow, tricep in, reach the arm, and up. If you have a variation of a bind you wish to try, feel free. We're not going to stay here too long. And then come back to your yogi squat. Good. Hands on the floor. Straighten out those legs. And then turn the toes forward, facing the front of your mat. Bend your knees. Place your hands on the floor. And then step back so you can lower your knees and find your tabletop. Nice and strong. Spread out those fingers. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Press into the tops of the feet. And really engage that core. Find your nice strong core, level, nice long spine. Good. Tuck your toes now and gently lift your knees off the floor, keeping that strong spine. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Lowering the knees. Walk your hands forward and then shift yourself forward to a modified plank. Now some of you might can go into a full plank, so either way. And we're going to go into a side plank on the right. Option one is to lower your right knee, kick it out to the side, and extend up. Some of you might be able to go straight leg to the outside edge of your right foot, lengthening and lifting that arm and lifting those hips. And breathe. 3 breaths here. 2 more to go. 1 more breath. Slow and steady, and then back to our plank or modified if you're on your knees. And we're going to do the other side. Option, draw the left knee down, kick it out, reach the right arm up, or you can extend to the left outside edge of your left foot, and a full side plank. Find your breath. 1 more breath for our 3 breaths. And then back to plank. Wonderful. And then chaturanga, lowering down. Good. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale to child's pose. Balasana. Knees apart, feet together. Melt your belly between your thighs, forehead to the mat. Let your forearms just rest here on the mat. Try to slow down your breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Notice your thoughts going through your mind, letting go of any judgment or labels. And then slowly lifting those hips gently up. And you're going to just cross the legs if you're comfortable to do so, and extend those legs straight out in front to a nice tall seated posture, Dandasana. Just kind of rock on the hips, lift and lengthen crown of the head to the sky, flexing those feet. See about pulling those muscles of the thigh into the bone as you flex the feet. You can have your arms next to you if you'd like. And then relax, give them a shake. Now you're going to take your right leg and we're going to hug it into the chest and place the right foot flat on the floor and just pull it into that right armpit. So nice and tight. Left leg is flexed. Now you're going to take your right shoulder and you're going to bring it on the inside of that right knee and extend the arm forward. Now, option one, you can just reach out to the side, kind of like we did in the yogi squat, placing your right hand on the floor and your left arm forward, maybe grabbing hold of your big toe. Another option is to bend, so you turn your palm upward, bend your elbow as your arm reaches back, left arm behind, and you can bind, hold on to the fingertips if that's in your practice, and then lengthen and then start to forward fold. And then just find your breath. Inhale and exhale, and no stress. Pick up a variation of this posture that feels good to you. One more breath. If you are in a bind, we're going to release the bind. We're going to sit up tall, and then you're going to let that same leg just drop open and bring the bottom of your foot into the inside of the thigh, kind of like a tree pose, lengthening. If the knee is really high up and it's a little uncomfortable, a great option is to use a block and press it underneath your thigh. So there is an option there with the blocks if you'd like. So it gives you a little support for that low back and that hip. So we're going to lengthen, you're going to reach both arms up to the sky, and then we're going to forward fold, reaching for that left foot. And maybe you can hold on to the foot, maybe you can grasp hold of your left wrist and pull it around for a bind. This is my left side with my bulging disc. It's getting better, but not quite there yet, and that's okay. And maybe you have something else going on. Maybe the hamstrings feel very tight. And just find your breath. If you have any low back issues or issues with the spine, just try to stay as tall as you can through the spine as you lean forward. That would be less pressure on those discs. And just give your body time. Feel that hamstring, maybe the calf. Trying to relax it a little, never forcing that stretch. One more breath here. And then bring your hands to the floor, slowly walk it up. And just sit up nice and tall, feel everything readjusting, getting back to a comfortable position. And then we're going to lift that right leg up, extend it out, give the legs a shake, and we're going to do the other leg. So we're going to hug that left knee into the chest, flex your right foot. You're going to pull it out so it's just hugged into that armpit a little bit wider so the foot's not up against the thigh. And then you're going to take your left arm and you're going to shoulder an arm inside the knee. All right, now option one is to bring it out to the floor, placing your left hand on the floor. Maybe your right fingertips go towards the toe, or if you have a strap, you can use that or hold the ankle. Another option is to turn your palm up and then bend the elbow and then reach your right arm behind your back, and you can have a bind if your shoulder allows it. and then lengthen through the spine, and then add a little bit of a forward fold. And then just breathe in and out. Notice the difference on this side compared to the other side. Maybe one side is a little more mobile than the other. Try to relax your feet, at least your left one. Right toes are to the sky. One more breath. And then you can release your bind. Sit up nice and tall. You might feel a little blood flow into that arm because we were working those pressure points. You're going to drop your left knee down to the floor, sliding the bottom of your foot into the thigh. And again, use a block under that leg if it's up. Give it a little support for that back and those hips. So turn your chest towards your right leg. Reach the arms overhead. And then stay tall through the spine as you exhale and forward fold. And again, maybe you can reach the right wrist and have a bind and wrap it around the foot. Maybe you just hold on to the foot or the ankle. Either way, anything is fine. And again, staying tall through the spine. If you feel the need to add a rounding and a forward fold and bringing your nose to your knee, you can do that as well. Just continue to notice the hamstring. If you're tall spine and not rounding, you might feel more hamstring stretch. If you are rounding through the spine, you might feel more like low back or even calf. Notice how the body starts to relax, the muscles, you're able to melt a little deeper into your posture. One more breath. And then hands on the floor, slowly walk them up nice and tall. And let your left knee come up and extend it out. Good. Give them both the legs a shake. And then you're going to bend your knees and scoot yourself closer towards the front of your mat. We're going to go Navasana, your boat pose. You can have your hands on the floor. You can hold onto the thighs, lengthening, leaning back, option to lift, option to extend and release. 3 breaths here. 2 more. 1 more breath. Now you're going to cross your legs, plant your hands next to the body, lift your butt off the floor if you can, lower back down, extend back to your boat pose. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in, 3 breaths. Shoulders are open and relaxed. 2 more. 1 more breath. Maybe cross the opposite foot in front this time. Hands on the floor, lift the butt off the floor. Lower back down, back to that boat pose. Continue breathing. 1 more breath. Good. Cross the legs. Sit tall. Lift your hips off the floor. Use those core muscles. Back down. Last one. Last breath. Cross the legs opposite way. Lift off the floor and then relax. Go ahead and uncross those feet. Place the feet flat on the floor. Slowly lower all the way down to your back. And then with your back on the floor, feet on the floor, also knees bent, walk your feet in so you can reach your fingertips to touch your heels. And then we're going to walk the toes in about maybe 2 inches apart, and then taking a bridge. Lifting the hips, extending them up. Feel that stretch through the hip flexor. And then slowly lower the hips all the way down. Good, let's pull the right knee into the chest, give it a squeeze, extend the left leg straight out in front of you. Feel that stretch through the whole left side of the body, so then we can add the left arm reach. Opening it up. And then bring your left arm in to hold the left knee. Pull the left knee to the chest. Release the right leg to the front of your mat. Reach your right arm over your head. And then bring your right knee in, give it a hug, wrap the hands nice and tight, hold the wrist, forearm, or elbows, squeeze the knees into the chest. And then release the feet back to the floor, feet flat, knees bent. And then you're going to drop both legs to your right all the way. And then extend the arms to cactus arms, so the backs of your hands are on the floor. Shoulders are on the floor, and look to your left as your knees are to the right. Three full breaths. Last one. Then you'll bring your head to neutral, rock the knees up and to the other side. So knees drop to your left, turn your head to look to the right. And then the head comes back to neutral, knees come up. And then bring the arms next to the body and hold on to either the shins or the ankles and hug the knees into the chest. And then release the feet back to the floor. Now here is, we're going to work towards a wheel. You are welcome to do another bridge if you would like. The option with, I'm going to show you how to use blocks to do a wheel if you would like. There's a little extra. This has been helping my back a lot. So I place the blocks up against a wall and make sure they're, wide enough that my head can go between them, close to them. And then I lay back on the floor with my head between the blocks, and I place my hands, so your hands normally would go up close to the ears, palms down, walk the feet in, and start by lifting your hips and then pressing your palms in and lengthening and lifting yourself up. Option to go onto the toes for your full wheel. And again, if you have any back pain or this causes any issues, then you would just release down. And then slowly always tuck your chin as you lower yourself all the way down, back onto your back. And that's how you use blocks on the wall for your wheel. And then after you're done, that was just a quick sample. If you're still practicing, go for it. And then you can join when you're ready. And then when you're done, you'll do a little squeeze of the knees into the armpits, taking them wide. And then lift the heels. You can hold on to the thighs or maybe the big toes or the outside of the feet and find yourself a happy baby. And just give it a rock. It feels real nice on that low back. Opening up those hips. And then find your center. Push your tailbone towards the earth. Maybe bring the bottoms of the feet together, pushing the elbows out. And then when we release the feet, hug the knees one last time. And then bring your feet all the way to the floor. And you're going to extend the legs out and just let them fall open. Walk your shoulders away from your ears, palms are up. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes for our Shavasana. And I want you to just notice what's going on in the body. If you feel better for your back to bend your knees, feel free. And just breathe in and out through the nose, but slow down your breath. As you exhale, let go of any tension, any thoughts that are going through your mind, any judgments, we're going to let them go, any labeling. As you breathe in gratitude for what your body can do for you today. It might be different from yesterday and it might be different for tomorrow, but that's okay. Each day is a new journey. Thank your body for all that it's done for you in this journey. Take a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Go ahead, start to bring movement to the body. You can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, you are welcome to roll onto your right or left side, whatever feels good to you. Maybe give the knees a squeeze. And then take your time gently pressing up back to an easy seat, a Sukhasana. And just notice how the body feels, lengthening through that spine. Maybe you're refreshed and rejuvenated. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms overhead, gently press the palms together. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.